Hey, how's it going? I'm excited to be with you this week, and we get to talk about a fun topic. It's kind of a continuation from a previous episode that I shared, and we'll get into that in just a minute. So, today's topic is 9 fantastic family adventure trips that are close to home. All of these adventures are going to be right here in the US and Mexico. So nice and close. Like I alluded to earlier, I recently talked about some amazing worldwide family adventure destinations. Some of them included like Iceland and Costa Rica, New Zealand, Africa. I will link to those in the show notes if you want to go back and listen to or watch that episode. Mostly far away types of destinations. But what if you are looking for someplace a little closer to home? You still want to have a good time and enjoy some great adventures together, but you don't want to go so far away. I've got you. In this episode, we are going to be talking about 9 great places where you can go that are pretty close to home. You may need a passport, but for most of these, you do not. So either way, here are 9 incredible ideas for your next family adventure close to home. Number 1, the Grand Canyon in Arizona. The Grand Canyon is incredible, as everybody knows. That's why it's called the Grand Canyon, but it spans 277 miles and it's over a mile deep. Like, it really is amazing. For each of these destinations, I'm just going to spout off over 10 different ideas. I'm going to give you more than 10 ideas. Sometimes it's like 11 or 12. Sometimes it's around, 13. Anyway, I'm just going to give you all these ideas for what you could do with your family in this destination. Okay, so here we go. You can explore the South Rim and visit the Canyon Visitor Center. You can go on a scenic hike on the Bright Angel Trail. The Bright Angel Trail is also on the South Rim. You can go on a sunset picnic at Mather Point, take a mule ride along the canyon rim. You can visit the Grand Canyon Skywalk, which is this overlook, kind of a glass bridge that goes over the canyon. Go whitewater rafting on the Colorado River. You can go on a Jeep tour all through the different terrain of the Grand Canyon. You can go to the Yavapai Museum of Geology and learn about Native American culture. Go stargazing at the Grand Canyon Observatory and just really soak up. If you don't want to go on guided things, there is so much amazing hiking and just walking and observatories and all kinds of things that you can visit. And if you wanted a super fun trip, very unique trip to the Grand Canyon, I've got this amazing, I talked about it in an earlier episode as well, and I will link to that, but it's where you take the train ride from Williams, Arizona into the Grand Canyon, and you can spend a couple nights there and then take the train back. It's like really cool. It's this really fun adventure. So I will link to that also. Okay, number 2, Yosemite National Park in California. So Yosemite is like these towering cliffs and mountains and these waterfalls and giant sequoia trees. And it's just like breathtaking, amazing. So here are a whole bunch of ideas for what you could do. Hike to the top of Yosemite Falls, go rock climbing in El Capitan Meadow, explore the Mariposa Grove of giant sequoias, enjoy a family picnic at Glacier Point or Mirror Lake. You can take a bike ride along the scenic Yosemite Valley bike path, go horseback riding through the trails. There's horseback riding trails. Visit the Yosemite Valley Visitor Center, all kinds of exhibits and information there. You can go fishing, you can go swimming in the Merced River. They have ranger-led programs, and you can go to one of these and learn about all of the different wildlife in the parks. Take a scenic drive along the Tioga Road or stop at Tenaya Lake. They also have ranger-led astronomy programs, and you can go stargazing. So think of all these amazing family activities that you could do all together at Yosemite. Okay, destination number 3 is Puerto Vallarta in Mexico. This obviously is one of the places that you would need a passport for. So just a plug for a passport, if you need to get passport for yourself, if you need to get it renewed or issued for the first time, I would say work on that really far in advance. Start working on that early because passports are pretty delayed right now. up to around 3 months at the time of this recording is average time for getting a passport. So start working on that if you know that you might need one in the next little while. Okay, back to Puerto Vallarta. Puerto Vallarta is this tropical paradise, and it's on the Pacific coast. So it's really beautiful. There's like green forested mountains, and there's this beautiful ocean. So there's the beaches and the mountains and all the things. So you can go swimming and snorkeling and paddleboarding, all the things that you could do on any beach. Some of the activities you can specifically do in the area are you could go to Los Arcos Marine Park and go on a snorkeling excursion. You can take a boat trip to the Mauritius Islands and explore the hidden beaches there. Go on a zip line adventure through the jungle. There are some really fun zip lines that you can ride. The boardwalk there is called the El Malecon, and you can go and just enjoy street performances and street vendors, and it's just a really fun atmosphere. Take a tropical jungle tour and spot some wildlife. Go to Old Town and just enjoy walking around. It's got lots of shops, lots of restaurants. It's just really fun places. You can go on a whale watching excursion. Those are normally done during more of the winter months, like January through March-ish, not the summer months. So depending on the time of year, you can do a whale watching excursion. They have dinner cruises, family-friendly dinner cruises with entertainment. Go to the Vallarta Botanical Gardens and look for all of their really diverse plant life. It's really cool. And don't forget to plan for the seriously tasty Mexican food. Of course, you're going to want to enjoy some of that. There are so many different places to stay in Puerto Vallarta. Well, all of these destinations that I'm telling you about today, I'm not really focusing on the accommodations in each place, but in each place you can stay at a variety of places, from like smaller boutique type properties or even like condos or homes or things like that, up to all-inclusive resorts where almost everything is included for you, and really just diverse and interesting ways to visit most of these places. Okay, number 4 is Moab, Utah. Okay, I just wrote about Moab last week. I didn't do a whole episode on it, but I did write an article about it, which I will include in the show notes. So most of my suggestions are all included there in last week's article, but just a few other things. Go on a scenic drive with stops along the way for some great hiking through Arches National Park. Arches, like Yosemite, is a really good driving park, but there are really awesome places where you pull out and stop and you can do some local hiking. Another option you could do in the Moab area is you could go on a family-friendly off-road ATV tour and see all of these amazing red rock landscapes. You could go whitewater rafting on the Colorado River. You could visit the Moab Giants Dinosaur Park and see life-size dinosaur replicas. You could also go rock climbing and just experience how fun it is to climb in all the red rocks and the red cliffs and stuff. It's super fun. On to number 5, Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming. Yellowstone National Park is like a real-life Jurassic Park minus the dinosaurs. It's very adventurous. It's very fun. Like, I guess, Arches that I just barely talked about, Yellowstone is a really good driving park where you drive through a lot of the national park to get to see it, but then there are amazing picturesque locations where you can stop and either hike from there or just see things right from there. Anyway, it's amazing. So Yellowstone is all about gushing geysers, bubbling mud pots, and jaw-dropping canyons. It's really cool. If you've never been there, you've got to go. These are some adventures you could do with your family when you are at Yellowstone. Discover the Old Faithful geyser and watch it erupt. It's called Old Faithful because it erupts very faithfully I think it's like 90 minutes. So it's a very faithful thing that you can see it if you hang around there for a little while and they know the approximate schedule. The other thing you can do is go to the Grand Prismatic Spring and see all of the amazing rainbow of colors that it has. Go wildlife watching so that you can look for bison and elk and bears all throughout the park. You can visit the Bear World, which is Yellowstone Bear World, And that is a really cool place where they have bears up close, and you can even get an appointment to bottle feed the babies. Oh, so cute, these rescue babies that they have. Another thing you can do is you can take a boat tour of Yellowstone Lake. You can explore the Norris Geyser Basin and see all of its like amazing geothermal features. Go on a guided horseback ride through the park. Visit the Yellowstone Historic Center and learn all about the history. Take a guided kayak or canoe trip on the Yellowstone River. And they also have ranger-led campfire programs and hear lots of stories about the park. So many fun things to do with your family. If you have been to Yellowstone, maybe some of these ideas are new to you, so you may want to go back again and see it again. Number 6, New York City. Oh my gosh. New York City, years ago when our kids were little, was one of the most fun family vacations that we have had. And our kids still talk about it, the things that they remember from that. Really seriously, New York City is a great family vacation destination. You can explore Central Park by renting bikes or taking a carriage ride. Central Park is amazing in and of itself. You could spend a whole day there. Like, it's huge, it's amazing. They just have so much to do there. They have a zoo there. It's just really incredible. Of course, visit the Statue of Liberty, visit Ellis Island. When we took our family, we stayed right in Times Square, and it was so fun to stay in Times Square. It's like so amazing to just be there in the hustle and bustle of it all. But anyway, either way, you've got to visit Times Square, and I would totally recommend seeing a Broadway show. There are lots of family-friendly ones around. Take a boat tour around Manhattan and enjoy the skyline views. Oh, there are so many museums in New York. The American Museum of Natural History has dinosaur fossils. There's the Intrepid Sea, Air, and Space Museum. There's, of course, the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And there's so many sights to see in museums in New York. But you also can do so much outside. Enjoy a picnic and visit the animals at the Bronx Zoo. You can take a walking tour of the High Line and enjoy the urban green space. You can ride the roller coaster at Coney Island. It's called the Coney Island Cyclone, and enjoy the boardwalk at Coney Island in that area. Also, I would totally recommend riding the subway. It's a little bit of a learning curve to kind of figure it out and which line goes where and all the things, but you just hook into the subway maps and figure that out. So it's a little bit of a learning curve at first, but it is super easy to navigate. And in no time, you will feel like a pro. Like, you'll just feel so proud of yourself for figuring out the subways in New York. Also, don't forget to stuff your face with mouth-watering street food. Oh my gosh, the fun street food that is on street corners and streets of New York is so amazing. And we just found this amazing little out of the way restaurant. If you do go to New York, it's so tempting to like overschedule everything and think, okay, I want to do this. I want to eat here. I want to do this. I want to look at this. I want to go here. But don't forget to save some downtime, because we found one of the best little restaurants that there was. And it was just because we were on our way somewhere, but it started raining. And just to get out of the rain, we ducked into this little hole in the wall restaurant that we found on the street that we were on. We ducked in there. We thought, oh, we're hungry. We'll stop and eat while we're waiting for the rain to pass. And we ate there, and it was fantastic. I don't even remember the name of the restaurant now, so I couldn't even tell you what it was, but it was so good. So don't forget to leave yourself enough time to be able to just kind of happily experience some unexpected things. Number 7 spot for family adventures is Cancun and the Riviera Maya in Mexico. Cancun is different from Puerto Vallarta in that Puerto Vallarta is on the Pacific side and Cancun is in the Caribbean Ocean. So the waters are that clear Caribbean turquoisey color and the more white sand beaches rather than the browner sand. Cancun is a more tropical feel than Puerto Vallarta. So, of course, there is relaxing and swimming and just playing in the waters of the beaches. Of course, there is that. There is also snorkeling and scuba diving. There are some incredible coral reefs that are right here. In fact, some of the best in the world are located in Cozumel, which is right there, right? A little island right across the way from Cancun and the Riviera Maya. Snorkeling and scuba diving for sure. You can visit the Mayan ruins of Tulum and learn about ancient civilizations. Also, not just Tulum, but there's Coba, there's Chichen Itza, like there's some great Mayan ruins. Swim in the cenotes, which are these natural sinkholes, and explore underground caves. Enjoy a family-friendly catamaran cruise and snorkeling adventure. Remember, I talked about snorkeling. It's a great place to do it. So there are some really amazing parks, adventure parks in the area. Xcaret is the main company that is sponsoring all of them. But so Xcaret Park, there's water activities, cultural shows, and wildlife. There's one called Shellha, and it's an eco park, has a natural aquarium, and it's all about more wildlife. Explore, I think I have mentioned that before on this podcast because it is one of my favorite places to have all kinds of adventures with zip lines and cenotes and jungle safari, jeep driving. It's just super fun. All of those parks are local there in the Riviera Maya area, and they're super great. They're awesome. Another thing to do in the area is to enjoy swim with dolphins. There are several interactive dolphin centers around, so you could do that. Or take a boat tour to Isla Mujeres and enjoy some amazing beach activities. So many fun adventures to participate in Cancun and the Riviera Maya. Okay, now we're on to number 8. Number 8 is Hawaii. All right. Hawaii is the definition of paradise, but it's not just about flower necklaces and hula dancers. Don't forget to sample the food. Make sure you sample plenty of food. There's poke bowls, there's shaved ice. Oh, so many good things in Hawaii. Learn to surf, try paddle boarding. So, of course, Hawaii is about water adventures, but it's also about other types of things. So, there are 4 main islands that people stay on in Hawaii: Oahu, Maui, the Big Island, and Kauai. So on Oahu, here's a few highlights. You can visit the Polynesian Cultural Center. I would totally recommend that. They have 6 interactive Polynesian villages. They have all kinds of demonstrations, and they've got all kinds of interactive things going on. They've got a luau, an evening show. Like, it's a really fun experience. Another thing on Oahu is to visit Waikiki Beach. You can swim, surf, snorkel, build sandcastles. Of course, Waikiki Beach. Why wouldn't you want to go there? And a third thing on Oahu is to visit Pearl Harbor and learn all about the history of World War II. So that is an amazing thing to do on Oahu. Okay, on Maui, one thing that's fun is the Maui Ocean Center. It is this great aquarium that is incredible and showcases and highlights native plants and sea life. There's an interactive touch pool, plenty of interactive touch pools, and there's an underwater tunnel. There's really some fun things. Kids really love the Maui Ocean Center, as well as adults. Another thing on Maui, take a drive on the road to Hana, which is this amazing scenic highway. They have all these breathtaking viewpoints where you can look across and see different things, waterfalls that you can hike to and see right along the way. And there's opportunities for swimming in freshwater pools. The road to Hana is pretty cool. I would recommend it. Okay. On the Big Island, which the name of the Big Island is Hawaii, which is why sometimes people get confused about that. But on the island of Hawaii, you can visit Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. This is where the active volcano is, the Kilauea volcano. And of course, they will not allow you to get close to the active part of the volcano, but you can explore lava tubes and hike through the rainforest. The island of Hawaii is huge, and there is a ton to do, and it's very diverse. Another option for the Big Island is taking a stargazing tour. There's Mauna Kea, which is a huge inactive volcano. At the summit, you can take a stargazing tour, and they have telescopes, and you can really just get a view of the night sky. It's amazing. On Kauai, you can take a boat tour along the Na Pali coast, see cliffs and sea caves and dolphins and sea turtles. And also on Kauai, you can visit the Kilohana plantation and take a train ride through sugarcane fields, have a luau feast, and see cultural performances. So as you can tell, there's like a ton to do on all of the Hawaiian islands. So much to do that we don't have time to talk about all of them, but those are just a few great ideas. Okay, now we have made it to number 9. The number 9 place, which would be amazing for family adventures, is the Great Smoky Mountains, which are in Tennessee and North Carolina. The Great Smoky Mountains National Park is this amazing, beautiful place. In fact, right here in Utah, I ran into somebody that is from North Carolina here visiting, ran into them just yesterday and struck up a conversation, and they were loving Utah, but they said, if you've never been to the Great Smoky Mountains, you have got to go because it is beautiful and incredible. I thought that was a fun plug for here I am doing this right now, and I just talked to somebody who just said that to me. Some things to do in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Enjoy a scenic drive through Cades Cove and spot all the wildlife. Go hiking on one of the many scenic trails. Visit the Great Smoky Mountains Visitor Center. Go horseback riding and explore all of the mountain trails that are there in the area. You can take a family picnic and go to one of the waterfalls, one of the many waterfalls that's in the area. Take a scenic drive along the Blue Ridge Parkway. Visit one of the charming mountain towns like Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge. There's a theme park called Dollywood, and that is super fun. They have lots of family-friendly attractions there. You can go zip lining through the treetops, and basically you could also go fishing at one of the many streams or rivers that are in the area. So there is so much fun stuff to do in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. And as you can see, there's no shortage of adventures to be had close to home. Whether you are interested in city or nature or beaches, there's so many things to do and so many fun adventures waiting for you. I would love to help you plan whatever your perfect mix is, whether it's excitement or culture or relaxation, whatever adventure looks like for you and your family. So let me know if you are interested in adventuring with your loved ones to one of these destinations. I would be so happy to help you get this going and start planning for where you'd like to go. So please contact me if you want to know about this or some other place where you have in mind. So thanks for joining me. I'm happy that you came along for the ride, and we'll talk to you later. If you've enjoyed this podcast, I would invite you to like, share, or leave a review. Let's help grow our wellness travel community.